You need facts, figures, scores, and scoops, and the truth.
It's mayhem. It is mayhem on this Tuesday.
It's just all Tuesdays seem like mayhem, but that's great. It's my favorite show. Your favorite. I hope it's your favorite show. What a Mampara. Who the bad, the ugly, the stupid, and the Indian cricket.
No, don't do that.
So we've got a couple on. We got there's the Matildas, the Australian women's football team, and a misogynist who's been fired or
Correct.
asked to leave. We actually got some reaction from Australian athletes on that. Some hockey internationals and swimmers. Pep doesn't like his balls.
Which ones?
The ones from the FA Cup.
Oh.
He says they're fuck up. That's what he said.
Oh.
Yeah, he said they keep going over the top of the post, which I don't understand. He's blaming everything else but
So,
himself.
yeah, everything but the person who kicked the ball, maybe?
Yeah, perhaps. And then hair products stop a fight.
I don't understand that. You know what? This makes me think of the movie Coming to America. I don't know if you remember them all sitting on the couch, and then they had this like product called Soul Glow.
Yeah.
And they got up from the couch, and they were just like these oil stains at the back of the couch. Having curly hair, I know all about it. But I also don't quite understand.
He claimed that the product was dripping into his eyes. He took a knee, but the person who did the braids, she's now gone on social media and said, no. You think you'll find that wasn't my product. It wasn't because of that. You took the knee because you're getting blixemed.
Correct. But also, I mean, she could have put product in his hair, but he could have topped up the product.
Well, he says he tried to put water to make it better. I don't know. But he's apparently very famous for his braids. He's probably more famous than his name. I mean, Javonta. I mean, that is such...
That sounds like a hair product in itself. Try the latest. For your curls and coils, try the Javonta Davis.
So somebody online has done a mock-up of him saying... I had my hair done 2 days ago. And they've actually made a song on it and made him look a bit daft.
I love it.
And then there's the other boxers. Egg on their face. That's Chris Eubank Jr.
Correct. Yeah.
And Connor Ben. I mean, both their fathers fought against each other. Nigel Ben and fought against Chris Eubank Sr. Chris Eubank, who's got a terrible lisp.
So we've got 5 contenders today. And also don't forget, we are interactive on social media. As you can hear, Kev is already ruffling the papers, trying to decide which one is going to come out tops. But on Facebook, we're Omni Audio, X, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. You can find us on Omni Audio Africa. And please let us know. I see you calling me a granny out there. That's okay. But let us keep letting...
you a granny?
Someone called me a granny.
What, on social
and
media?
told me I must keep quiet. Yeah, and I should sit down. It's not quite the reaction that I wanted, but anyway, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, right? Maybe we should add that person to Mampara.
Yeah.
Actually,
That's actually just abuse.
can the real granny caller please stand up?
Yeah.
No, it's fine. I haven't taken anything to heart, and but let us know.
You should take it to heart. I mean, yeah.
Thanks, Kev. Thanks.
Seriously, that's
Kev is
absolute
coming
nonsense,
up for me.
yeah.
But let us know what is your favorite one on our social media handles.
I mean, Les McColgan, the runner, she's suffered incredible abuse, but we'll get into that. She's those people who've abused her are on the Mampara list as well.
Good, I'm glad.
Okay, we're going to start with Indian cricket. So Stuart has wrote a really good column on the fact that
As he usually does.
Yeah, I know. On the fact that Indian cricket, they're allowed to do what they want. You know, so they said, right, we're not going to go to Pakistan. We're just going to play all the matches in Dubai. They have to travel 5 minutes by bus to get to Dubai. South Africa and Australia had to fly over to Dubai from Pakistan. It's a 90-minute flight. And then they have to get into a hotel. The hotel's further away than the Indian hotel is. So they've all been inconvenienced. Now South Africa's had to fly back to Pakistan to play in Lahore. The semi-final against New Zealand, which is tomorrow, Wednesday, yes. Australia play England. Australia play India today in Dubai. I honestly hope that Australia give them a smash.
They deserve it.
They do. And also because, they're... It's not petulant, but there's a sense of entitlement.
Entitlement, yes. But why do they get to do whatever they want to do, Kev?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. And then, so Nasser Hussain is actually, I've gone from not liking him very much because he reminds me of Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. But he's actually stood up and spoken about this. Sunil Gavaskar, the Indian legend, he came out and said, well, you just shut up. We pay your salary. India pays your salary. And this is what he was speaking to on.
Quote both Michael Atherton as well as Nasser Hussain. They say that India have an undeniable advantage, that they are in one place, whereas other teams have to travel. Van der Dersen, who's playing the tournament from South Africa, says you don't need to be a rocket scientist to figure out that a team that's stationary, while other teams that are traveling, the one that's stationary has an advantage. What do you reckon?
Well, to that my only answer is what we used to say in Mumbai cricket. In Mumbai cricket, we used to have a saying, when somebody was moaning about his cricket, खेलना है तो खेलो, नहीं तो बाहर. That's exactly what I'm saying to them. खेलने गए तो खेलो, नहीं तो, do what you want. But now, when we're talking about, this travel business, so every time now India is touring England, so anytime India has to go from, say, London to Manchester, London to Leeds, but the 2.5-hour journey means that is not going to be good for India. Because journeys from Pakistan to Dubai is about an hour and a half. 2 hours at best, because Pakistan is closer than India is. India, say, I think most of the Indian, flights will take about almost 3 hours, 2.5, 3 hours. But from Pakistan to Dubai, it takes about 1.5 hours. So, if that is a disadvantage, then for India also now when they go to England, that's a disadvantage. Going to Durham to play a test match or wherever Leeds, wherever the test matches are. From London, if they are going to go, so we have got an excuse. If we have not done well, it's only because of this. We have, the thing. But look, how can it be an advantage? Because you're not controlling the pitch. You're only staying in one place. So how does it become an advantage? It's just beyond understanding. And I think these are all...
Yeah. Of course it's an advantage.
It's convoluted. His argument is just convoluted. And it's strange how whenever he does commentary with other people, he doesn't sound that accent has changed totally. It's a really bad interview. It was done outside of the hotel. The guy was coughing into the microphone.
Shem, it's okay, but I guess we get the gist of what is going on because they're saying they don't control the pitch. How is it that they are then in the advantageous side, right? But they are. They are. I guess it's like when Africa welcomes Bafana to their country, any other African country. Trust you me, it's not a warm welcome. No. The bus trip is far. The food is awful. Mm-hmm. The hotel is not 5-star, but come to South Africa and watch us roll out red carpets with buses that work and have air conditioning, and you stay in a hotel that's in Sandton that's 5-star. So obviously, playing into the make your travel hard so that we have, I guess, the upper hand. It is a bit of that, isn't it?
Ridiculous, yeah. I mean, so I feel for Pakistan, it's their first ICC tournament in 30 years. Sure. And they've, honestly, they've only played once in tournaments at home because they had rain. They had to travel to Dubai to play India there. So, there's Indian cricket. It's just not fair.
Gervonta Davis, for your curls and coils. Don't you think you should come out with a range of something? No. I mean, if this is not the opportune time to do so, then I don't know when is. But that is WBA lightweight titles. He retained that, Gervonta Davis. Majority draw against Lamont Roach Jr. in New York. But Davis claims that his vision, as we were talking, was impaired. I guess it was a mixture of sweat and chemicals from his freshly braided hair. And his co-trainer, Barry Hunter, described the substance as hoe juice. I do not understand where that comes in any case, but it is why it's in the running here today. And then he said, I ran water over it today, but I must not have done it enough, said Davis. And his eyes were burning. I didn't want to get caught while my eyes were burning. He said, you can get knocked out like that. So I took the knee. I ain't really know you could get this count for all that, But I mean, curly hair girls know that in order to get your curls popping again, you've got to obviously wet the hair and then work product back into the hair. But these are braids, right? So if you braided your hair, you've got some product in order to keep the flyaways down, right? Okay. So it can't be that much sweat that pours from your pores for you to be blinded by it. But I mean, if he doesn't come out with a hair range right about now, then I don't know, but this is an opportune moment, I think.
So he, a guy managed to put together this mock-up. This is great.
I love it.
Swing the wheel, it's gone! I just got my hand up 2 days ago. I just got my hand up. Grease in my shirt. I just got my hand up. I just got my hand up. I just got my hand up 2 days ago. I just got my hand up. Grease in my shirt. I just got my hand up.
I just got my head and lay it on thick. What is
yeah,
it?
Yeah,
It's got a nice beat to it.
2 days ago. Yeah.
You see, and he can even come out, like, you know, that hype song when they come out with his products. Like, come on, Javonta Davis, here is definitely a moment to come out with a range.
If they docked him the point, which they should have done when he took the knee, should count as a knockdown, then Roach would have won the fight. And Davis would have lost his unbeaten record. I mean, the man knocked people out for fun.
But I guess it was a bit of a scapegoat, wasn't it?
Oh, that,
yeah,
doubt.
for sure, for sure.
His braider has just come out and said, this is rubbish. I did his hair last Wednesday. It's Saturday. He did press, gym, and weights in it. It's not an excuse. He said, it's not an excuse. How much grease did I use? Damn. Americans, that make me laugh. They do. Damn, why you all booing like I'm booing-essing?
My favorite is cut the light on.
Come
No,
on,
you
man.
can't cut a light
Look
on.
at my hair. I just got my S done. This is brilliant. Oh, anyway. Boxers, hair products.
Have you ever had your hair braided, Kev?
What? Hair.
When you had hair?
Never.
Never,
No.
never. Oh,
No,
okay.
there wasn't enough of it. It was too fun. What are you laughing at? No. No.
Just checking.
Gonna get cornrows maybe one day.
Which one? Just the back, from the back.
Just from the back. Like a little sort of Australian mullet in the back there. Speaking of mullets, Liz McColgan. Her mother was a famous runner. I think she won Olympics, silver medalist.
Correct, yes.
But now her daughter, Liz, is now going to take part in the London Marathon. She wants to try and pull a record for it. And people then have now been abusing her.
Body
on Twitter.
shaming her?
Absolutely. She looks like a skeleton.
Wow.
I mean, what did it say? Somebody said anorexia. Give that girl a burger.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a bit like calling you a granny. You know, I'm calling.
It's okay. I counted 4 grey hairs the other day.
But it's just not right.
I guess people feel entitled, and we had this conversation week in and week out on What A Mampara. People come out and they feel that they have the right to say whatever it is that they want to the next person.
Yeah.
And I often wonder if they were on that pedestal, let's call it, if they would have liked the same abuse hurled at them.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
maybe she does, maybe she doesn't, maybe her genetics are just that way. You know, at the end of the day, I think we just need to check ourselves. You know, is it kind? Is it necessary? Do you have to say it? You know, and there's a saying, and I see this all the time on social media. It says, "You don't really know what the next person is going through.
Yeah,
So be
exactly,
kind.
yeah.
Just be kind. And is it any of your business in any case?
Yeah.
If she is it any of your business? No.
But she's not. She's just an athlete. She's a skinny runner. I know that's and runners are supposed to be skinny.
They are, because they go faster. And I mean, they burn up everything with all the running. But this is what Liz responded by saying on an Instagram post. She says, "We come in all shapes and sizes. They obviously do not understand that being an elite runner brings lower body fat, but being an idiot and not fully understanding that your body needs to be fueled properly by your eating, or your body will not perform, especially for marathons."
Yeah, good for her.
So
Good for her standing
basically, yeah, and she did it politely also, you know, without dropping Fs, without any middle fingers.
Yeah.
But if it is that you did understand a little more, maybe you check yourself before you start hurling abuse.
Yeah, especially I mean, calling her anorexic, calling her that. I mean, what is the point? Exactly. I mean, what gratification?
I don't know
do you
if
get out
it
of
is that bringing someone else down makes you feel better about yourself.
Okay. Well, I bring them down most days. So.
Look, the two of
That
you have a
makes-
love-hate relationship, and if I had to get into it, we're going to be here the whole day. But the two of you could also make really good contenders for What A Mampara. Shall we move on?
We should. I don't know if you watched the Millwall playing against Crystal Palace.
I didn't.
So the goalkeeper, Liam Roberts, comes out to defend, launches into Jean-Philippe Mateta, basically causing him. I mean, hit him in the face with the studs. 25 stitches.
Ow.
Apparently, his ear was lacerated, almost like in half. He says he's okay, but they're hoping he'll be okay for the quarterfinal for the FA Cup. But
Ouch.
if you can get to watch the tackle, it was.
I will watch the
disgraceful.
tackle. DSTV has still not assigned my payment for my DSTV streaming. Just so by the way, but I mean, you could stream us live and on demand.
Yes,
Just saying, hashtag.
And for free, and no payment.
Yeah, so they haven't assigned my payment, so I just have to read highlights on
So-
matches.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
It's okay, you know.
Not. It's. I mean.
And I also work there, which is like the
also-
other irony.
I mean, how can they not give a granny her super sport?
You understand?
But yeah, I mean, so Oliver Glasner, who's the Palace manager, said it was serious foul play. He got red carded for it. But
Right.
the FA are now considering whether they're going to send up Steve Parish, who is the Crystal Palace owner and chairman. Thought it was one of the most dangerous tackles
Tackles.
he's ever seen.
I mean, that is the most reckless challenge on a football pitch I think I've ever seen. And I think he needs to have a long, hard look at himself, that lad. So far, what we know, he's got a bad gash behind his ear and a head injury. Obviously, he's at the hospital, so we hope for the best. I mean, you know, there's a lot of emotion in football, but we need to talk about that challenge. I mean, in all the time I've watched football, I've never seen a challenge like it. I mean, I looked to see how old the keeper was. He's 30 years old. I mean, that is the most reckless challenge on a football pitch I think I've ever seen. And I think he needs to have a long, hard look at himself, that lad, because he's endangering a fellow professional, maybe in his life, with a challenge like that. So, you know, it's very difficult for me to talk about the rest of the game because obviously we're worried about JP, and it's just a terrible, terrible challenge.
Shall we start with that incident at Selhurst Park, shall we? It saw Millwall goalkeeper Liam Roberts sent off for a challenge, left Jean-Philippe Mateta needing 25 stitches in his ear. How surprised were you that Michael Oliver gave a yellow card initially and had to go to the monitor to quite see the extent of it?
I think most people thought he would give a red card, but that said, Rob, it was a red card. You know, whatever happens, the VAR alerted Michael to it. It goes back to what I say many, many times, Rob. If a goalkeeper goes with his feet, he's an outfield player. The other thing, he's left his penalty area. He's got to get the ball. He goes dangerously. He catches Mateta, you know, really badly. There's no doubt about it. It's a red card, and justice was done because he was given a red card on the field, and quite rightly so.
Yeah. OK. FA expected to consider whether to submit a clearly insufficient punishment claim that could result in a longer ban for Roberts. What would constitute truly exceptional offence, and give us kind of past examples, and does this meet that criteria?
Well, it's up to the FA, Rob, isn't it, really? They always have the power to increase a ban if they feel it's warranted. Unfortunately, I was involved in the case with Ben Thatcher when, you know, he smashed into Pedro Mendes, charged him into the boards, and the FA gave him an 8-match ban because they felt it was really, really bad. This, you know, I think everybody you've spoken to has said it's a really bad tackle. What I was saying defensively in Roberts, I don't think he meant for 1 second to hurt Mateta. You know, I made that very, very clear. You know, he's raced out of his box very unwisely. He's almost, to use Stephen's words at times, he's panicked, hasn't he? He's
Panicked big time. And I mean, there's panic, and he obviously didn't want to hurt him. I mean, but it's a weird situation where you just lose it at the end.
I'm sitting here thinking stitches versus broken bones. I mean, stitches any day, right? Because I'm just thinking broken bones, how long? Yes, you're still out for. 25 stitches is a lot. It's a really bad tackle. Don't get me wrong. But now I'm sitting and thinking and just weighing up the pros and cons. Like, had it gone any worse, broken jaw?
Exactly, broken jaw,
broken
fracture,
nose,
cheekbone,
correct,
fracture,
skull.
Even an eye socket injury, all
Enough.
those things.
So
I mean, the injury, and Liam Roberts now has been abused online by Palace fans. You know,
of course,
and
he is. Did you think he wasn't?
But he's
There's going to be
been
name
remorseful,
calling. There's going to be death threats, probably. There's going to be hits on family members. It's how it goes. We're all too used to it, right? But I still think the 25 stitches over broken bones, maybe take that one rather.
Let's hope Jean-Philippe's back in time. JP's back for the FA Cup quarterfinal.
Think he will be?
I think he may be. It's a couple of weeks from now, so let's see.
Speedy recovery.
It's just,
Look, I've seen broken bones happen in action. And it is terrifying. I can remember Siyanda Tulu in Mpumalanga dislocated his shoulder. Actually had to be operated on. But I actually ran down from the stands to check. And then I'm like, speedy recovery, and then I'm out.
run away.
And I think Free State Stars, there was a player who broke his leg as well. When you literally see the disconnect under the skin, it, what should be straight is like this now, you know?
Shivers now.
And then you're just like, ow. Anyway.
I've seen playing football at very amateur level, watching a mate of mine basically dislocate and break his ankle at the same time, and he would just
Dislocate and break.
yeah. It happened to Andre Snyman as well. I think it happened to both of
Dislocate
them.
and break.
Yeah. So basically,
But once you
broke him.
dislocate, can you still break it?
Yeah.
Because it's dislocated. So what are you breaking?
Snap. Yeah. What? So you did.
Yeah, I'm
no.
just like
No, but
dislocate and break.
it's the same
Bones.
sort of thing. Yeah, bones. The bones cracked.
Ina.
So yeah, he
Have you broken any bones?
no, it was a couple of times.
I broke my nose too,
Yeah,
actually.
playing football.
That was it. Other than that, I have no broken bones to report.
A rib, couple of ribs.
A rib, nah, just
That's
my
from football
nose.
as well.
Falling face down in the concrete. Story for another day.
Who else is falling face down? Let's see. Pep Guardiola. He doesn't like the balls they use in FA Cup.
Correct. It's called the Mitre Ultimax Pro Ball.
So FA now clapped back at him. They said, "No, listen, there's nothing wrong with these balls. We've tested them."
Sounds so funny.
Okay. Over 350 goals have been scored in the knockout
With these
competition so
balls?
far with these balls. And Pep Guardiola was having a big fat sulk about this after the match.
With the left foot, to the far post, and the ball normally with the way they shoot make out inside, and that ball go away. So it's difficult to control it. So many years, many managers and players say about that, and when you lose, say that it's complaining, that but the ball is not proper. I'm sorry. For many, many years it happened for FA Cup or Carabao Cup. I know it's a business. They arrive in agreement to do that, but the ball is not good.
Is it? You say they can control the shots, or can?
Do you know how many shots go over the post?
They were quite well. So
All of them. But look, no, Erling. Look other games. So you have to be so precise, and the ball sometimes do what wants.
So you're not asked to change it. So, but
I said for many years, but listen. I would like to play Champions League when playing Wednesday, playing Saturday, or playing Sunday. So there are things that's out of our control. I said my opinion. If the people like it's fine, no fine. People will be nice to me because we won 3-1. If I would lose, I would.
since
the
Spurs.
Yeah, he's been complaining about it. So you got a different ball for the Carabao Cup. It's a Puma ball, I think.
Yes, it is.
Then the Nike ball, that they play with in the Premier League. Adidas is obviously in the Champions League, and then there's Mitre. So I mean, it used to be like that in rugby, where teams then, for instance, All Blacks played with an Adidas ball until obviously then. Yes, World Rugby standardised. So everybody had to use the Gilbert.
So don't you think that should happen in football too?
Yeah.
And that way no one complains about anything because everything is standardized. So you've got absolutely nothing to play with because you've just leveled the playing fields when it comes to equipment.
Yeah, and yet every World Cup, when Adidas bring out a new ball, there's complaints.
But look,
Yeah,
I'm also thinking it's probably not going to happen based on the fact that obviously, take a look at a FIFA Women's World Cup, the last one, who was the sponsor? Addy.
Yeah.
And so don't you also just dilute the power of sponsors who come on board who want you to play with their ball? And now we're saying, no, we play with Gilbert.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Springboks just have to order basically a whole bunch of Adidas balls to train with them when they're playing against the All Blacks. So they get balls in training. So and you're professional,
Correct. And I just think it was just an outlet and something to complain about when behind that we all know perhaps what the real drama is.
That his team is rubbish.
Well, I didn't say it.
Pretty much. He had egg in his face, and so did Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Ben. So they were kept apart in their press conference on Thursday by 6 big security officers after the chaos on the first one, which had happened on last week, Tuesday. On Tuesday, Eubank decided he's going to smash an egg across his rival's face because, this is going to be their first fight. He said he did it because, Conor Ben was tested positive for an involuntary drug thing. It was eventually cleared because they said he had eaten a highly elevated consumption of eggs, and that's what caused the positive test, which I don't get. So Chris Eubank Jr. decided, well, hang on. Let's smash him across the face with an egg, and
That must have hurt.
and it also makes a heck of a noise. Then this is on Thursday at the press conference, Eubank was scanned with an egg detector. I want to know what an egg detector scanner is. I mean, how do they do that? What do they go? Oh,
Yeah. I don't know. An egg detector.
I mean, was it extra large? Was it organic? Was it free range? There's things we need to know. You know,
Is it detecting farm fresh?
yeah, that's brilliant. You know, did
Yeah, did you know that a fresh egg in a bowl of water sinks to the bottom?
yes, I do.
And that the not so fresh ones will float to the top.
I've found out the hard way by eating eggs, and I water test them all the time now.
Oh.
Every single but just I got a bad food poisoning from an egg once.
Oh, that was me on Saturday. Also a story for another day.
Good Lord, no. And now we're going to Matilda. I think this is going to be our winner.
Yes, because I don't know where this guy gets off by calling the Matildas. What did he say? An effing joke.
Grade 12.
Disgusting, deeply disappointing. Says that they play like 10-year-olds, you know. And this is Martin Shergold. That's his name.
A comedian, Triple M radar personality, had his problems with alcoholism, was found drunk at the AFL final last year. One of the radio stations, Triple J, spoke to some Olympic and international athletes and what they thought about what he'd said.
You know what they remind me of? Year 10 girls.
It isn't funny, and we shouldn't accept this as a society in this day and age, yeah.
This kind of rhetoric contributes to the barriers that women are facing to continue playing sport.
There's been a lot of outrage and backlash over these comments by a Triple M radio host who said on air that the Matildas remind him of Year 10 girls, and he'd rather hammer a nail through his penis than watch them.
So we're playing in the She Believes Cup.
Oh, she believes in what? It better be men.
Yeah, you might have seen this clip of Marty Sheargold and his colleagues laughing away, uploaded by Olympic hockey player Rosie Malone. We caught up with Rosie for the Hack podcast.
I was just in shock. I just became so angry because I thought to myself, how is this allowed on public radio? And the young kids who would be in the car, and whether it's young boys who would have thought speaking like that's okay because it's on mainstream media, or young girls who would have heard it and thought to themselves oh my gosh, people speak about women's sport like this.
We've also spoken to gold medalist Libby Trickett.
When you're told for a long time that everyone's there to watch the men and not the women, which is what I was told for many years in my swimming career, you internalize that.
It's wrong. It's wrong on all levels. You do not do that.
I mean,
I will wring anybody's necks who spoke about Banyana like that in any way, shape, or form. So, ladies and gentlemen,
the winner is Marty Sheargold. It's easy. There's no choice.
There's no doubt about it.
For the end.
There's no doubt about it.
What an absolute prat. I mean, thank you, Marty. But he's been fired, lost his job, just because he thought he was making. So he said, sometimes as a comedian,
no.
you go too
It's
far.
not funny.
No, that's not
It's
funny.
not funny. It's not. We're not laughing. No. We'll be laughing tomorrow, though.
We will indeed.
Till then, cheerio.
Live and on demand.
Welcome to Omni Sport.